Confusing words in action, number 1. Now, technically, this is supposed to be the next idiom book, but unfortunately for us, the next book on my list is not an idiom. So, for the next 3 videos, we'll be talking about confusing words in action. Honestly, it'll be the next 18 videos in actuality. So, let's get this started with confusing words in action, number 1. Alright, first of all, we have these words: a few, a little, and a few, and a few, a little and a little. Basically, these are just confusing words. You go ahead, you pair up 2 of these words, and then you go ahead and compare them. Also, sometimes it will be 3 words. So let us start off with our first pair: a few and a little. Now, here we go. A few works out like this. It's like a plural noun, and you use it when you are describing a small number of people. It's used in countable nouns. And then a little is like you use that in uncountable or mass nouns, and you use this when you're saying that there's a small quantity of like something or something else. Okay, here's the comic. Like a few of the children, a few people can go ahead and read books. A little of them will need practice reading these books because they cannot understand the language. Alright, here's the comic example. A teacher is showing her pupils how to draw a circle with a pair of compasses. Few children learn how to do it quite quickly. Some of the others need a little more time, but with little practice, everyone will learn. Yeah, that's the magic of learning. Next up is this one. Now here, our little words are here is few and a few. Now a few means that you're using a small number of, and you use that in a positive attitude. And then when you use few without then it basically means the same thing, but you're using it in a negative attitude. Like there are a few books here, and I see few signs of ranking. I see few signs of prodom. Whatever prodom means. Here's the comic example. There are some very good entries this year, don't you think? Not really, I haven't been very impressed. I see a few signs of talent. Most exhibits are terribly boring. I don't know, there are a few surprises. Yeah. Alright, here we go. Our next pair of words... I've turned idiom into a habit. Our next pair of words is little and a little. Like little and a little. Yeah, this is pretty popular. A word with in it and a word without the in it. Now, a little is used for uncountable nouns, and you use that in a positive attitude. And you use little without the when you try to go ahead, you count things like it's a determiner. It's like not very much about something, and you use this in a negative setting, like little rain or a little water. Speaking of which, here we go. Here's the comic example. Those plants don't look well, Mummy. It's because we've had so little rain, darling. The weather forecast says there's little chance of rain until next week. Let's give the plants a little water then, shall we? Yeah, plants cannot survive without water for more than, I think it was 4 days to a week. We humans can survive without water for 3 days. I'm not one to try. Alright, now here we go. Our next pair of words is a number of something and the number of something. Now, when you go ahead and use a number of something, you're going ahead and you're saying that you're vaguely saying about the few people who do that. And then when you go ahead and use the number of something, that means you are a vague way of saying how many people are coming in. Like a vague way of saying a few. And then when you say the number of something, it's the vague way of saying how many people are going to come here too. Like a number of different kinds of food, a number of laptops, a number of iPhones. And then you go ahead and use the number of, well, here it's a vague way of saying how many you have. Like it's like the number of people that you invite. Yeah, there we go. Now, are you thinking of having a party? There are a number of different kinds of party you could have. For instance, you could have a fancy dress party, a pajama party, a disco party, or a dinner party. Are you thinking of how much the party will cost? That will mainly depend on the number of people that you invite. Fair enough. Alright, next up we have this. Any and Now, or an, depending on if you're using a vowel or not, is versus any. Now, and an is like you go ahead using a single item, and any is like, yeah, it is a single item, but it's not just like something. It's something little different. Like it's not the same or uniform thing. It's a particular kind of something. Like pick a card, any card, look at it. Don't let me see it. Put the card back anywhere in the pack. Now think hard about your card. I see a queen. I see not just any queen, I see the Queen of Hearts. Nani? Alright, next up we have the words above and over. Now, above and over pretty much mean the same thing, except here, above goes ahead means like you literally put right on top of something. While over is like you're on top of something, but it doesn't have to be right on top of something else as well too. And this can also be done vice versa. Like describe part of a thing that's on top, and over is like on top of something or one side of another. Here we go, and one of the examples is like you're above the ground and you're up in the sky. Clouds are covering over the sun. Literally not covering. Obviously, they're not literally covering over the sun. It's more of a metaphor in this case. The young plants are just showing above the ground. A good layer of compost over the beds will enrich the soil. Some types of pea and bean grow above 6 feet and need support. The mature plants should be covered over to stop insects eating the crops. Alright, next up we have these words. Our first word is accept, and our second word is accept. Now, when you accept something, okay, this one's actually pretty easy to differentiate if you are very skilled in English. Accept something, that means you go ahead and you're like, alright, I take it. And when you accept something, that means like, he's not included. Like, I accept your policy, or except for that policy, I accept all your terms and conditions, something like that. I'm really good at bargaining on torrent.com. Please accept this gift from my queen, your majesty, said the ambassador. Tell her majesty we are pleased to accept her splendid gift, replied the king. Everyone clapped, except the king, who was thinking hard. I shall give an equal gift in return, said the king at last, except that I have not yet decided what that gift will be, so wait a little bit, ambassador, before we present you with an equal gift. Next up, we have advise. Now, I strongly advise you to make a full confession. Okay, so first of all, here are the words. Our first word is advise with an S, and the next one is advice with an C. Advise, advice, advise, advice. Get it? Good. Now, when you advise someone, you're going ahead and you're giving someone a little bit of a tip. Like, hey, here's an advice. Let me advise you. I'm a pro. I can go ahead and make sure that you will have 500,000 K. Yeah. Alright, next up is advice. Now, thank you, but I'm going to follow my lawyer's advice. In that case, you are, like, advice is the tip that you're giving to someone when you're advising someone. It's the tip. I strongly advise you to make a full confession. Thank you, but I'm going to follow my lawyer's advice. My advice is say nothing at all. They have no evidence against you. My client has nothing more to say. Either charge him or let him go. Now, just in case you guys forgot, advise is a verb and advice is a noun. Alright, next up. Okay, this one is a little hard. Even I get this confused sometimes. Here we have affect and effect. Now, both of them can be verbs. Some of them can be like a noun. Some of them can be like one of them can be turned into an adjective, like effective. But here, when you affect something, that you usually go ahead and use that as a verb. Now, when you affect something, you're going ahead and you're changing something or you're influencing it. And the effect of something is the noun of it. Now, health situation is serious. Like, affect. COVID-19 has affected us quite much, and it has changed much of our world into a more digital world too. And the effects of the COVID-19 have forced us to go digital a lot. And once COVID-19 was over, we decided, hey, let's keep going digital. I mean, my grade 3 to grade 6 years were all digital. I spent 4 years during the COVID-19 pandemic, and it was quite a nightmare, but it did open my eyes towards all the digital world. Alright, here we go. The health situation is serious. Over a quarter of the adult population have been affected. The effects of influenza include fever, sore throat, pains in your joints, and extreme tiredness. New strain of flu affects the economy. The bad effects are not limited to people's health. Everyone hopes that scientists will soon find an effective remedy. As if this is a bad economy. If scientists still have work, then the economy is good. Just kidding. That's very optimistic for someone like me, but nah, it's not always like that. Here we go. Let's go for lunch. We can go shopping afterwards. Okay, but remember we're having dinner later with Mom and Dad. I know, but I'm really hungry now. Yes, but you'll be sorry later when you have to go on a diet. Now, our words here is afterwards and later. Later. Now, when you go ahead and you compare these two words, afterwards and later, you go ahead and you realize that, well, one of them is something about talking about the future. Like, it's going to happen in the future, but later also means happening in the future. Now, afterwards, you usually include an event or time that is mentioned. Like, you have to use afterwards after you mention a time or an event, but you can always use later whenever you want. I'll do it later. Like we can go shopping afterwards, but later we have to go talk with mom and dad, something like that. All right, my explanation wasn't that clear, I know. So I'm not a dictionary, I'm not a walking dictionary. Go check the Oxford Dictionary if you want that one. What am I doing this for? Let's go for lunch. We can go shopping afterwards. Okay, but remember, we're having dinner later with mom and dad. I know, but I'm really hungry now. Yes, but you'll be sorry later when you'll have to go on a diet. Alright, and that's it. Those are all the 20 pairs of words. 10 pairs of words with 20 words to that we had today. Next up, these are the next 20 words with each 10 word sets. I'll see you guys in this one and the next episode. I'll see you guys then. Until next time, Shahana, peace. Bye bye.